This game promises the peaceful life of a national park ranger. Beautiful forests, majestic wildlife, relaxing days protecting the nature. But a solid minute after launching the game, my ranger lost his entire body. Just a floating head wandering the forest like some kind of confused park spirit. And that wasn't the biggest problem. Because the wildlife refuses to attack, the graphics look nothing like the trailers, and apparently my ranger truck can phase through humans like a ghost. So today we're taking a look at Ranger's Path National Park Simulator, a game that costs $17.99 and currently feels like it escaped from a very early beta build. This park simulator puts you in charge of daily life inside Faremont National Park. Your responsibilities are pretty straightforward. You maintain hiking trails, pick up litter, fix broken signs, check camping permits, help visitors find their way. Occasionally, you'll also respond to emergencies like lost hikers or wildlife sightings. In theory, it's a relaxing open-world simulator, at least what the developers say, where you slowly explore the park while doing ranger duties. And honestly, the idea actually sounds great. There's something inherently appealing about slow, peaceful simulation games. Driving through nature, taking photos of animals, helping hikers who forgot how maps work. It's the kind of concept that could easily become the power wash simulator of nature. But the moment I actually started the game, things immediately began to feel a little strange. During my first play session, something truly magical happened. My ranger spawned into the world without a body. Not metaphorically, literally. Just a floating head hovering through the forest like some kind of a supernatural park guardian. Now, to be fair, this didn't happen in my second play session while I was recording this. But yes, it happened, and yes, I took a screenshot. At that point, I'm like, okay, it's early access, bugs happen. So I restarted the game and tried again. And while my body did eventually return, the weirdness did not stop here. Let's talk about visuals for a second, because the trailer and the storefront screenshots for this game look genuinely beautiful. Lush forests, detailed terrain, impressive lighting, a park that actually feels alive. But when I launched the game on ultra settings, the reality was a little different. And by a little different, I mean it looked like someone accidentally installed National Park Simulator 2010. Trees look oddly simplistic, brushes look like they escaped from a PlayStation 2 game, terrain textures are, well, questionable. Now look, graphics are not everything, but when the marketing material shows one thing and you keep glazing the visuals with hired influencers and then the actual gameplay shows something very different, it becomes a bit hard to ignore. It's like ordering a gourmet burger from a menu photo and receiving a microwave sandwich that looks emotionally tired. One of the key features of this game is observing wildlife. The park supposedly contains multiple animal species: wolves, raccoons, birds, bears, and more. You can document them with your ranger camera and expand your wildlife lexicon. Which sounds pretty cool, so naturally, when I finally encountered a bear, I got excited. This was the moment, the ultimate wilderness encounter, a massive predator in the middle of the forest. Except the bear did absolutely nothing. He just stood there, so I tried to provoke him. I walked closer, still nothing. I ran into him, still nothing. The best he could do is to run away all the time. Another interesting discovery came when I started driving around the park, because Ranger's Path gives you a ranger pickup truck to travel between locations, which is great. Except there's one small issue. Collision seems to be optional. At one point, I drove simply through a visitor. Not bumped into them, not nudged them aside, I mean fully phased through them like a ghost truck. Which raises some interesting questions. Are park rangers in this universe interdimensional beings? Is the ranger truck secretly a quantum vehicle? Or did someone simply forget to add collision detection? Hard to say. Structurally, the game mostly plays like a series of small tasks. Pick up trash, fix a sign, check a permit, drive somewhere, repeat. There's nothing inherently wrong with simple gameplay loops. Many relaxing simulators thrive on exactly that. But here it feels less like a cohesive simulation and more like a bundle of disconnected minigames loosely glued together. and occasionally narrated by Effie, whose voice lines sometimes feel a little awkward. Not terrible, just slightly unnatural. Like someone reading instructions from a ranger training manual while trying to sound enthusiastic. Now look, early access games are allowed to be rough. That's the whole point. Players give feedback, developers improve the game, everyone wins. But Ranger's Path currently feels less like an early access and more like a very early beta. Missing polish, strange bugs, inconsistent visuals, gameplay systems that do not feel fully connected yet. The foundation of a potential relaxing ranger simulator is definitely there, but the current version feels like it still needs a lot of development time before it can become the experience the trailers and the hired influencers promoting the game before release promised. Ranger's Path National Park Simulator has a generally nice idea behind it. A calm open-world park, which by the way I don't understand how this is an open-world sim, as the map is small and you are mostly guided into doing things without actively engaging in your own decisions. Wildlife observation, while the wildlife may feel a bit unnatural, helping visitors and protect nature. It's a concept that could absolutely become a great simulation game, but right now it's simply not there yet. Between the visual downgrades, technical issues, missing collisions, passive wildlife, and the occasional floating head ranger incident, the experience feels unfinished and underwhelming. And at $17.99, I personally cannot recommend it in its current state. Maybe after several updates, maybe after more polish, but for now, this ranger is filing a refund request and heading back to civilization. If you enjoyed this review or watching me spend several minutes trying to start a fight with a bear that clearly wanted nothing to do with me, consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. I make videos about games that are brilliant, broken, or sometimes both at the same time. I'm Pixelated Quest, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to see the full footage of me desperately trying to get the bear to attack me, stick around, it's coming up right after this.